Happy Monday, my friends. This is Tamara Zoner reminding you how much you matter. You matter so much. And you know what else matters in regards to your happiness? Your thoughts. Our minds are one of the 7 main areas of happiness. And in this area that I would like to talk to you about today, we use the phrase, don't believe everything you think. We have so many thoughts a day. Any idea how many thoughts a day? Put it in the comments. What's your guess? On average, we have about 60,000 thoughts each day. 60,000 thoughts each day. Any idea how many of those are repeated thoughts from the day before and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that? You may have heard me talk about this before, and if you have, you'll know that it's an extraordinary amount of repetitive thoughts going through your mind every day. 95% of our thoughts are repeated day after day. And any idea how many of those thoughts are negative? You know, because I've talked about it if you've watched any of my previous videos, that we have this negativity bias as human beings. It's how we evolved. It's why we're here today. But we don't need it quite so much as we did back in our caveman and woman days. And yet, still, 85% of our thoughts are negative. And so day after day after day, we're having these repetitive negative thoughts. And it's no wonder then that we're exhausted, tired, suffering, unhappy, miserable, sad, because we're not moving forward. We're just repeating the past. And so what we want to do is start to pay attention to our thoughts. And this is when we start to believe in ourselves, to believe that we actually matter in this world, then we start to pay attention to our thoughts. And one may happen before the other. It's a chicken and the egg question. Do you start to consider that you matter and then start being aware of your thoughts? Or do you become aware of your thoughts and then think, oh, I matter? Bygones. It doesn't really matter, but you do. And so how can we do this? There are so many different tools that are available to us to start paying greater attention to our thinking. The first one is your own awareness. This one is simple and easy, and it starts with you just beginning to notice your thoughts. And this is where I always invite people to start. Just notice the quality of your thoughts. Are you nitpicking? Are you insulting? Are you chastising? Are you shooting a lot on yourself? Or are you cheering yourself on, being compassionate, being forgiving? Notice the quality of your thoughts. And then one of my favorite tools for disentangling ourselves from our thoughts that are creating our suffering is Byron Katie's The Work. Like this video if you've heard of Byron Katie, and like it if you haven't, and let me know in the comments, and I will include a link to Byron Katie's website for The Work. It's phenomenal, and it's not for the faint of heart. Byron Katie asks you to ask yourself 4 questions about the thoughts that are creating suffering. You don't have to bother with this for thoughts that are supporting you and loving you and creating joy in your life. You ask these questions about the thoughts that are causing you pain. She has a favorite quote of mine, and it is, "When we argue with reality, we lose, and only 100% of the time." So we want to stop arguing with reality, and we want to start examining the quality of our thoughts in this deeper way. Not everyone is ready for this work, and so, you know, if you go and check out her website and you maybe try out a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet and it feels like really hard, it's supposed to. It's supposed to. And I hope that you matter enough to yourself to try it on. You don't have to keep anything, but you could try it on, or you could just watch a few of her videos and see the magic that she works with people asking these questions. She's also all over YouTube. But she'll ask you to ask yourself, when you have a thought that's causing suffering, is it true? Now, our ego wants to say, yes, of course it's true. So let's just look at this thought. For example, that person is such a jerk, they're mean to me. It's a basic, right? Everybody's had somebody who they thought was mean to them and who was a jerk. I think, even I have, right? So that person was mean to me, they're such a jerk. So is it true? Our ego will say, of course it's true. They were a jerk. They said that rude thing to me. And then the second question is, can you be absolutely certain that it's true that they are a jerk and they were mean to you? Now, here's where it gets fun. Is it really true? Or is it your perception of the truth? Were they really a jerk? Or did you interpret it as them being a jerk? I don't know. So this is the first step of the disentanglement. This like, oh, I don't actually know if that's true. Let me go deeper. Then the next question, which is so powerful, is what happens to you when you believe that thought, that they're a jerk and they're mean to you? Who do you become? How do you feel physically and emotionally? Sometimes it might be, well, I withdraw. I feel bad. I even might feel sick. I get a stomach ache. I get a headache. I get tension. I think over and over and over about what a jerk they are, and then I just get more mad and more mad and more mad. See what's happening when I'm believing that thought? I'm suffering. And then finally, who would you be without that thought? If the thought, they are a jerk, they were mean to me, never existed, who would you be? How would you be? Oh, I'd be calm, I'd be peaceful, I'd be happy, I'd be relaxed. I'd feel good in my body. So this is Byron Katie's work, and because you matter, this work matters. Because it's so important for us to start to disentangle ourselves from the thoughts that are causing us harm. This is a great tool to use. Again, I will repeat, it is not for the faint of heart. The work is the work. Often with my clients, I'll tell them, here's some home play for you, and send them on their way to practice their new skills and tools, to be more aware. But with the work, I never call it play, because it really isn't. But what it is incredibly liberating, incredibly powerful, incredibly opening, because it forces us to look at our thoughts and situations and circumstances and events and people from many different angles. And as you go deeper into the practice of the work, especially utilizing the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, it has you also look deeply at your own behavior, and sometimes even asking yourself how you are the jerk and being mean to yourself or being mean to the other. And she has you turn the thought around many different ways. And if you give yourself some grace in that process and you go in curiously and lovingly, then it really can work magic. And instead of you and this thought being like this, there's the thought and there's you. Because ultimately, you are not your mind. You are not your thoughts. These are just things you have that pop into your head, but you don't have to keep them and you don't have to believe them. So that's your Monday. You matter. You matter so much. I hope you treat yourself like you do. And if you haven't up to this point, I hope you start. Tell me in the comments below if you've ever utilized the work or if you're familiar with Byron Katie. And if not, if you're going to go visit her website, if this interests you, if you want to separate yourself from your thoughts and have some emotional liberation from the things that you think, you deserve it. You deserve that because you matter. You really, really do. I love you so much. I'm so grateful for your time and your presence here. I appreciate every like, share, and comment, and I do my best to comment back because I'm so grateful to have this conversation with you and to hopefully open you up to something new, a new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new tool, a new discovery, and deeper love for yourself because you are the most important person in your life and the only one that you will spend every day, all day with. So I hope that you will take steps toward enjoying that experience and supporting yourself, because the world is better when we love ourselves and then we are able to treat others with that love and that overflow. All right, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.